I think really understanding your goals as the company is always the starting place for purposeful hiring. I've kind of, over my career in HR, really identified that anytime I'm hiring, even if I'm about to backfill for a position that I already had, I start by going back and assessing what are the needs of the organization first. What are the role needs then? And then last, who are the people that fit that role? I always follow that process. I start with the organization because a lot of you probably know 3 months, a lot can happen, right? So even though I had that position and now I'm going to be hiring and it'll probably take me some lead time to get that person in the role, by the time I'm there, I need to be able to know, like, is this still going to make the impact that I originally set out for that role to make? And have the duties and the details of that job changed? Does it make sense for what we need for our future, for that mission that Nathan talked about that we're after, the sustainable growth that we're looking for? Sometimes we get in this habit of just like rinse and repeat, right? Like, oh, I already have that job description, so I'm just going to reuse that job description. And it's like, yeah, I know that like 50% of that job description doesn't actually apply, but whatever, we'll worry about that when the person's here. Then we'll talk about that. Yeah, it's not really that job. Or how many times have I seen people get hired for a job, they're in the organization, and 2 months later, their job has changed. And they're like, this isn't the job I signed up for. What happened? This isn't the job that you hired me for. And it's because the people who were hiring them didn't take the time to proactively think ahead and understand, how is this job shifting and changing? And so they couldn't communicate that to their hires. So we always need to start first with really understanding, what are the needs of our organization? We may need to rewrite some job descriptions. We may need to remap some roles and identify who's going to be responsible for what for today, and how is that going to change in the future. We have to be kind of that futuristic thinking, and we have to be strategists in thinking about what are the steps that are going to be needed from our organization from a people standpoint in order to accomplish those goals.